From the Athens Tech Studios, this is the Athens News Podcast. Local news you can use about Athens and Clarke County, all in 7 minutes. And now, here are your top stories.
Hello and welcome to the Athens News Podcast. I'm Melissa Carter. A local country music star is hospitalized following a concert. Plus, a new study shows who is at an increased risk for suicide among kids and young adults. But first, here are your top stories brought to you by Drake Realty. Following the tragic death of Augusta University nursing student Laken Riley, immigration policy reform is at the forefront of discussions. New bills are gaining traction both federally and statewide, aiming to tighten regulations on undocumented immigrants. In Congress, Republicans are spearheading efforts for stricter border control, with the House passing the Laken Riley Act, awaiting Senate approval. Meanwhile, in Georgia, several bills are awaiting Governor Kemp's signature, including HB 1105, focusing on public safety reporting, HB 301, targeting sanctuary policy enforcement, and SB 63, aiming to restrict unsecured judicial releases. This from the Red and Black. At last week's mayor and commission meeting in Athens, resident and self-proclaimed Messianic Jewish rabbi Camden Pace created chaos. Pace's public comment quickly escalated into a confrontation as he condemned pro-Palestine demonstrators and Mayor Kelly Girtz. Amid profanity and aggression, Pace tore a protester sign and resisted police intervention, resulting in his tasing and removal from City Hall. The incident abruptly ended the meeting, leaving no room for further public comments. Prior to the disruption, the commission addressed various issues, including a resolution concerning the director of a homeless camp and adoption of eviction prevention programs. This from the Red and Black. Residents of Athens-Clarke County might soon have the option to invest in traffic improvements within their neighborhoods through a proposed voluntary residential traffic management process. This initiative, discussed by the Legislative Review Committee, would allow property owners to collectively fund measures such as speed tables and roundabouts, with the county responsible for maintenance afterwards. However, the process involves several steps, including garnering 65% agreement from impacted residents, approval from county staff, and fundraising efforts. While a similar policy for sidewalks has seen a limited adoption, this proposal aims to address traffic concerns at the local level. Further discussions are expected, with the full commission's approval required for implementation. This from WUGA.
It pays to know your doctor. It pays to know your lawyer. And now more than ever, it pays to know your local real estate professional. Hi, I'm Jeffrey Drake with Drake Realty, and we have 7 offices in the metro Atlanta area, including 2 right here in Cobb County and 1 at Laken County. I'm the proud leader of over 700 agents here in Georgia, and we pride ourselves in professional service, whether you are the buyer or the seller. Drake Realty makes the home buying process seamless from contract to close. Our agents are a little different. They're not pushing for the quick sale and close. They are pushing for the best price and terms for their client. In other words, Drake Realty fights for you. Now's the time to buy that dream home, vacation home, or new home your family deserves. A lot of real estate agents talk big. Let my team at Drake Realty prove they will fight for you. I'm Jeffrey Drake, and I'd be honored to have my team serve you. Visit us online at drakerealty.com. And remember, it's not how quick you sell or buy, it's what the deal provides for your future.
Achieve more with Athens Tech. At Athens Technical College, their programs can connect you with in-demand and high-paying careers.
I graduated from Athens Tech in May and started my job 2 weeks later. I had the job before I left, thanks to my professor, and just focusing on growing my career.
As far as Athens Tech, I think I've been a member of the advisory panel for 10 years now, and it's been an awesome experience.
I'm currently going to Athens Tech. I started out as an accounting major. I've finished all my accounting classes and then switched over to the culinary and baking program.
My name is Alex Lang. I'm an electromechanical engineering student. This is my second year at Athens Tech, and I graduate in December. The long-term goal is to work for the railroad, whether that be Norfolk Southern or CSX.
Achieve more with Athens Tech. Find out more at athenstech.edu.
From WSB's Facebook page, 2 arrests have been made in connection to a 2022 shooting that claimed the life of a 19-year-old. Brenarius Smith was found with fatal gunshot wounds on Cone Drive in Nellie B. Holmes. The ACCPD presented evidence to a grand jury, resulting in the indictment of Jaquavius Smith and Shaman Elder Jr., both facing charges including murder and aggravated assault. Dexter Dixon said, "I'm not shocked, but when I see these young people killing people, yeah, something wrong with you." Dwight Pinson said, "Sad, lives ruined by stupidity." And Lars Serrard said, "Thugs need life without parole." A recent study from the University of Georgia sheds light on the alarming rise in suicide rates among Black male adolescents and young adults. The research, conducted by Professor Stephen Kogan and his team, reveals that 1 in 3 rural Black men report experiencing suicidal ideation or thoughts of death. Factors such as racial discrimination and societal expectations of toughness contribute to the stigma surrounding mental health in the Black community, particularly among men. While resources for mental health support exist on campus, they may not adequately cater to the needs of Black men. Promoting therapy and destigmatizing mental health discussions are crucial steps in addressing this issue. For more information on mental health resources at UGA, visit the Counseling and Psychiatric Services website. This from the Red and Black. In sports from the Red and Black, the Georgia softball team eked out a 3-2 road win over Tennessee to tie the series with the Volunteers at 1 game apiece. And 11 suspensions later, Georgia baseball managed to tie up the series against Mississippi State after a 3-2 win. And finally, Athens native and country music artist Colt Ford is currently hospitalized after suffering a heart attack following a performance in Arizona. 53-year-old Ford, known for hits like Dirt Road Anthem, was taken to the intensive care unit at Banner Desert Medical Center, where he is listed in stable condition. Apart from his music career, Ford, a former professional golfer, co-founded Average Joe's Entertainment, representing artists like Brantley Gilbert and Corey Smith. This from the Athens Banner Herald.
Thanks for listening to the Athens News Podcast. Make sure you subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
This podcast is a production of BG Ad Group. All rights reserved.
This podcast aggregate content from other sources for informational purposes and is in no way trying to infringe on the copyrights or businesses of any other entities. All content posted up on the site is used under the Fair Use Copyright Law 107. All audio, media, and articles are copyrighted to the original owners. All audio in this podcast are embedded from YouTube.com and are owned by their respective copyright owners. No audio information are copyrighted or stored on our servers. The court ruled that linking or embedding copyrighted videos is not copyright infringement, even if the source video was uploaded without permission. However, we will gladly remove any audio clip upon valid request from respective copyright owners. Any owners also have the option to disable embedding his YouTube videos on other websites. News and press articles are owned by the respective copyright owners. Where possible, the appropriate accreditation or source of the article is given on the same page. The audio-video files on the site are for listening purposes only. Downloading of these files to one's computer is strictly prohibited. They are owned by the respective copyright owners. If it is in the organization's belief that the usage or specific content used on our site containing copyrighted knowledge conflicts with authorized use and or does not comply with fair use as described in the context, contact us through our contact page and we will remove the offending content immediately. Thanks for listening to the Athens News Podcast.